On the 6th of March, 5:38 p.m., a very grim tweet came out on Twitter, and it goes like this. Andre and I have decided that we are closing the chapter of contributing to the DeFi crypto space. There are around 25 apps and services that we are terminating on the 3rd of April 2022. This is what sparked a huge, massive red candle all across the DeFi space, and more specifically, the Phantom ecosystem.
Hello guys, as usual, nothing of what we say in this video should be taken as financial advice. If you actually need financial advice, please speak to a pro.
Andre Cronje, he is one of the backbones that's been developing Phantom all this while, is deciding to sever ties and maybe just take a break from developing DeFi. Now MJ, you came across this news, you sent it to me, and you mentioned that we need to talk about this today. Can you tell us what exactly happened? What do you see happening behind the scenes?
Actually, so that is the key, right? No one actually knows what exactly happened. And in fact, the tweet that you just mentioned, there's a little bit more to what you just said, but basically that is all the information that we've got so far from Andre's departure from not just Phantom, but like crypto in general. For those who don't know, he also built one of the cornerstone DeFi protocols in the Ethereum ecosystem, which is END Finance, right? END Finance is, something like a yield aggregator. You can put your assets in and then earn a pretty decent interest on multiple different assets, stable coins or, volatile assets. So that I feel is the big challenge when it comes to, as you mentioned earlier on, superstar developers. Now, why, so if you're not really into crypto, maybe you've been into crypto a while, but you don't really know the importance of developers is this, right? That, in the analyst world, when people, really big brain people look at crypto and all that, what is the process flow for understanding crypto? And right at the beginning, when you're looking into any protocol, would be the developers. So the quality of developers, the developing, the coding language, the number of developers and things like that. Now, why is that like the starting point for any analysis or any crypto? From my point of view is that these developers are the ones that are going to create protocols, right? These protocols are going to attract users. If the protocols are good, what does that mean? It means the developers have to be good, right? So if the protocols are good, that's going to attract users across DeFi, across crypto. And if the protocols are good and a lot of people hop onto it, people are going to bring their money in. So when they bring their money in, transactions are going to start happening. And a lot of these DeFi protocols, especially these L1s, like Phantom, like Ethereum, like Terra, Luna, gain a lot of their staking rewards through fees, right? And at the end of the day, all these fees, all this interaction will lead to an increased amount of TVL or total value locked, which if you can think of it as the amount of cash swimming in the entire ecosystem. So in Phantom's case, after Andre left, I believe it dropped from 12 to 8 billion.
The total value locked.
Yes, so that's nearly, that's about a third shaved off just like that, right? So this is the effect of one guy. Right, one guy leaving the crypto in general. Yeah, a lot of the protocols we work on tank, dropped 10, 20, 30%. Phantom was at like 180 just a few weeks ago. Now it's 130, 140.
Yep. So I think if there was a parallel to real life situation, right? I'm thinking, and of course, that companies in real life probably have a lot of buffer or cushion against this happening, but if Elon Musk decides to sever ties with Tesla, if Warren Buffett decides to hang up his gloves, if, let's say, I don't know how happened to Microsoft when Bill Gates decided to call it quits, right? I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of movement in the stock market. And essentially, this is what has happened with Phantom, because Andre Cronje has always been a pivotal, he calls himself the software architect in the Phantom ecosystem. But also, right, this just goes to show, at least for me, right, how nascent we are as an industry. Because how can one man basically through Twitter announce his resignation, move the market so much? It is a risk that I think as a DeFi investor,
Yeah.
I am an investor in Phantom. Not a big part of my portfolio, but I'm still hurt by it. This is the risk that we have to take as investors in DeFi, right?
And just to show how underdeveloped, right? So let's say you use Elon Musk or Warren Buffett or whatnot. Let's say they step down, they pass away or whatever. For whatever reason, they're not part of the organization anymore, or they play a much reduced role. There's always all these, things in place to ensure that it doesn't rely on them. So, for example,
It's very decentralized in that manner.
yes, but then decentralized in a smart way.
Yeah.
So we would say that, look, it's DeFi, so it's also decentralized, right? So one of the key things is that when Andre leave, yes, a lot of this TVL is dropping out there, but the fact of the matter is a lot of people are still building into Phantom, right?
Yes.
You have your Spirit swaps and your Spooky swaps, they're still functioning. You have
These are all protocols on the Phantom
Beats,
ecosystem.
yeah, you have Beats, which is like a fund management sort of, quote unquote, that is pretty popular in Phantom. So a lot of the protocols there are still very valuable and they're still functioning well. It's just that, people don't go into the details. And so when they see a big developer, important person in ecosystem disappears, bang.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, turn on the notification bell. And if you want to keep the conversation going, we have a very lively Telegram group called the FIRL Degens, and we'll leave the link to it in the description or the comment section down below.
So, but where I would say that crypto needs to develop is this. So in the stock world, let's say if Elon Musk leaves and if Warren Buffett leaves, right, there are a lot of things in place to handle it already, right? Elon Musk was a lot more important to Tesla 10 years ago compared to today, because let's say if Elon Musk steps down, look, yes, 4 or 5 factories, 2 on the way, Giga Berlin, Giga Shanghai, Giga Nevada, Giga this, right? So there's already something there. And yes, people associate Tesla with Elon Musk, but nobody is going to say, I'm not going to buy Tesla anymore because Elon Musk is not around. Similar with Warren Buffett, right? If he leaves, he already has two fund managers managing a part of the equity portfolio. If he leaves, they'll take over the equity portfolio.
And he's quite hands-off as well with portfolio management these days, right?
Exactly. And then for his private businesses, he allows the CEOs to do what they want to do. And then on the insurance side, he has Ajit Jain who manages it. I think that's lacking in some crypto. To give an example, I'm not sure about Yen and Keeper, which is the other two Andre projects. I assume they are a lot better than what I'm about to describe. But take, for example, the widely anticipated DEX, which was called Solidly, right? Or the Solid, the token. There was a lot of promise. It was supposed to be a level up from a Convex, which is one of the most successful protocols in Ethereum. Convex deals in a lot of stablecoin swapping and exchanges. Solid was supposed to do that. They took their governance model of that 4-year lockup and things like that. And then after that, when you lock up for 4 years so that you can vote for the gauges in Solidly, you can even take your gauges and then treat them as an NFT and trade the NFT. So it was very revolutionary. A lot of people are excited about it. I was excited about it. And people put in money and people actually stake, right, their Solid tokens, their VE Solid for 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years is a long time in crypto.
And after
anywhere in the world, man.
And after 2 months, bang.
Yeah.
They just leave. And then everyone's like, what's happening?
If you're new to crypto, again, not financial advice, but if you're locking something up for more than a year, you have to be able to stomach the volatility and ups and downs and be okay with the fact that it might go down 90% in the first year, 90% in the second year, and potentially go up like 5x in the fourth year.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, but it's very unlikely that will happen.
That's why diversification is so important to your point. Yeah. Unless you know absolutely this is a well-oiled machine. Like if you want to bet big on Ethereum, it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
Because even if Vitalik decides to just, I'm quitting crypto, Ethereum is going to function regardless.
So in fact, the argument that a lot of people are saying after this incident is that the true safe haven, if any, would still be Bitcoin. Because the developer has never been doxxed before. The developer/developers, aka Satoshi Nakamoto, has always been this hidden figure, or a non-existent figure, in fact, that has created this beautiful probably one of the first crypto in the world, and it's never actually created a key man risk to this project.
Yes, but of course, when you are investing, you would have to consider a few things. One of them is key man risk. The other thing is activity and value that you bring.
Yep.
Right? What Phantom, what Ethereum are trying to do is a lot more valuable than what Bitcoin merely is. Bitcoin is just is your digital
trigger a lot
gold.
of people in the comments saying that.
Yeah, no.
I think it's true as well.
Yeah, yes. So it's not. Bitcoin wasn't designed to do all this other stuff.
Yep.
So it's not a knock on Bitcoin. I'm just describing what Bitcoin is. And so as an investor, you just have to know that, right?
Yeah.
So for those of y'all who are like, hey, I want to move beyond Bitcoin, I know friends after the Phantom crash and all these different crashes, they're like pure Bitcoin, which is totally fine. But if you're looking outside of Bitcoin, key man risk is something you have to take.
For sure.
Because that is the additional risk you have to take to get what you perceive to be higher returns are. And that's where your analysis is.
Yeah. I just want to end this video on saying that personally, I think a lot of the writings were on the wall with Andre Cronje being dissatisfied with this whole development in Phantom. This is not the first time he's leaving a project. This is probably not going to be the end of Andre Cronje. We're probably seeing again because for someone like him, I feel like it is genetically in him that he wants to code, he wants to build, right?
Yeah.
He has been dissatisfied with working on other projects for a long time. He's quit several times on big occasions. So I'm personally not betting on him not appearing anymore in the crypto space. But over the months, over the weeks, he actually wrote a blog post. I'll put the screenshot of it here. He actually says that, the title of it is called "Smart Contracts Are Not That Smart." He says that smart contracts, despite the whole promise of it being decentralized, it still suffers from, he calls it the human behavior, where a lot of people are just in it to actually make a quick buck. And there's a lot of, he doesn't like the fact that the pump and dump occurs in a lot of these tokens and governance tokens. Hence, he hired Daniele Siestagali, which we talked about in the Frog Nation video a while back, to do a lot of the marketing for him. He just wants to be behind the scenes and code. But the recent Sifu Gate scandal, the Wonderland scandal, the one that they found out that one of the person managing the funds in Time Wonderland was an ex-convict, basically put Daniele Siestagali to not be relevant anymore. So a lot of it was, the writings were on the wall, and if you're not into crypto, you're not on crypto Twitter most of the time. It's very hard for you to discover this or notice a lot of these things that might potentially happen.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, there was so much hype around the project that we couldn't. I think people just wanted to not confirmation bias, right? To not want to accept the fact that this was not going to succeed as beautifully as it should have been.
Exactly. Now, guys, so crypto is a wild world, and having safe money can be quite difficult. Now, nothing is guaranteed, but one of the safest so far, as of this recording, one of the safest protocols out there in the Terra ecosystem is this protocol called Anchor. Now, Anchor can actually help you make 19 to 20% a year on your money. And if you want to find out how, you can check out our free ebook in the description or the comment section.